Hey, what's up, fellas? Happy Friday the 13th. I just put my new flag up, and this video this morning is about credibility and your reputation and why that is a hyper critical part of your life. Now, I'm going to give you an example, one or two examples of the good and the bad. I'm going to sit down in the little office area we got. There are self-inflicted wounds that I want to try to help you with to prevent in your life as you move forward. I think I'm going to go shut the light off. I'll be right back. You know what? I'll take you with me. I'm going to go shut the light off. Hopefully it won't be so crazy. Yeah, I think that's good. I think that's better. Anyways, you should, as a man, absolutely jealously guard your, that's the painting in back of us, jealously guard your reputation and your credibility. They are critical in you establishing yourself within a community, within a society, within a union, within your work, with your friends. And even if you decide that that's not important to you and you're going to do whatever you want, you're still going to be known by your credibility and reputation. I have a friend, and he's one of my very few friends. His name is Steven. He is the manager, general manager for a company called High Ridge Construction. I cannot believe, cats have no ability to okay have no ability. Anyway, just doesn't matter. I don't know what to do. Okay, I pet her a little bit, maybe she'll go away. All right, maybe if I give her a little push. There we go. Give her a little push off the anyways, credibility and reputation. His name is Steven. He works High Ridge Construction. He's their manager. He's the one who, he also runs a couple of crews. And every once in a while, he'll ask me to come out and talk to a young man. They have a young guy who started working with them on a limited basis because he was 16 when he started. And he's now, I think he's 18 or 19. And he is going to be a very, very good electrician, but he has a giant hole in his game, and that is his reputation. There is a time, all men, if you're going to proceed, at some point in time, you figure out, I'm pretty good at this. I think, maybe it really doesn't, since they need me more than I need them, maybe I should just, what if I show up a few minutes late? That's no fucking big deal. I had a hard night last night out partying, spending money, being that guy. Maybe I don't have to show up on time, and that they can't really afford to get rid of me. So prior to Steven having to let this guy go, I went and had lunch with this young man, and I talked to him about his reputation and how doing something small, again, we'll go back to our good habits and our bad habits, even though it requires more work to start and maintain good habits than it does bad habits, in the long run, they exceed all the other things that you need. So being honest with young men is in a respectful way is not a difficult conversation for me, because I try to talk to especially younger men the way I wanted to be spoken to when I was younger. So I don't usually have a problem with that. It's difficult for guys who are in between my age of 59 and older than their 20s sometimes to understand that younger men don't get a good grasp of the big picture. And a lot of young men just need some guidance. They don't need to be put down. They don't need to be yelled at or screamed at or anything like that. They need to be given some practical examples of cause and effect. So I spent probably 15, 20 minutes talking to this young man on Stephen's behalf, and then I met him yesterday afternoon and spoke to him about an hour and a half, and it was over coffee. Nothing expensive, nothing like that, and I hope it works. But here's what I told him, and I'll tell you guys the same thing in case you don't have somebody to talk to like this. Whether you want to or not, you're going to have a reputation. Whether you think you have a reputation or you don't have a reputation, you're wrong. You have a reputation. So why not make that reputation work for you, be a benefit to you, and not be a bane? It's, for example, if you go to meet somebody and they go, oh, this fucking guy. Or they go, hey, man, how you doing? That's your reputation talking. People, when they see you and they know you on site, will let you know what type of reputation you have. And you should jealously guard that. Some of the basic fundamentals you need to do is make sure you're that guy. I can be counted on. I am going to be responsible for my actions. I'm going to do the things that make me successful. I'm going to make sure there's fuel in my truck. I'm going to lay my clothes out the night before so I'm not stumbling around the house. I'm not going to drink too much during the week because I don't want to fuck up my work life. I'm going to be polite. I'm going to listen twice as much as I speak. Even though I know I'm really good, I'm going to remain humble. That will get you a lot farther than being a contrarian, being a guy that shows up and, well, you're fucking lucky I'm even here. I don't need this fucking job. And you end up with that reputation. You can only do that in a city or an environment for a couple of times. If God help you, if you do that shit in a union or something where that stuff follows you around. So as a younger guy, all you need to do is continue to master the basics. You need to master your physical body. Keep it in shape. Feed it good, whole food. You need to master your mental capacities. You need to make sure that you're where you're supposed to be, where you say you're going to be, at least 15 minutes early, and that's on time. You need to be the guy that when shit hits the fan, when things all go sideways, you can be counted on to do what you're supposed to do. Now, the other part of that is you're spiritually. You have to have a guide stone. You have to have a cornerstone of your life, which is a good set of values, a good set of morals. And you can use that spiritual part of your life to enrich everything else. It can enrich your body, and it'll definitely enrich your mental capacity. I'm not here to tell you how to choose those things, but you have to have all three. There is nothing wrong with being in a room by yourself and you're 19 years old, you're a brand new electrician, you got your card. You're a card certified part of the electricians. I don't know what their union is or that. You command a certain amount of money simply because of your reputation or that union's reputation for doing the job right the first time. You don't show up at the job site not knowing what the fuck you're supposed to be doing. You don't show up dressed improperly. You don't show up hungover. You don't show up with a bad attitude. The boss is speaking and you're playing on your phone. You can make your life easy or difficult. I hope. Here's one of the things. If you want to celebrate, you're like me at home, the cup of coffee And every once in a while, you just go, yeah, I fucking got it. And other than that, you have to be wary of people who are going to try to poke holes in your reputation. If you believe in something, if there are people out there, they're going to try to poke holes in yourself. So being consistent, being genuine is all part of your reputation. If you lose your reputation and your credibility as a man, in my opinion, the best thing you can do for yourself is to move to a completely different part of the United States and restart your life if you're young enough to do that. You can't be known as a fuck up and have people change their mind about you. The things we're talking about today on Friday the 13th. Hang on. Dun, dun, dun. Wait a minute. Did you hear that? There's a man with a mask and a machete at the front door. Anyways. Credibility and your reputation are invaluable. And you have so much control over that. One of the other things, if you do slip, and everybody fucking slips, own it. Yes, I fucked that up. You know what? You're right. Somebody's giving you, listen, I understand I did that wrong, but could you please stop talking to me like I'm a kid? I'm not a little kid. I would like you to speak to me like like I'd speak to you. That's a nice way, an easy way of setting boundaries with somebody. Just tell them, hey, look, you can't talk to me like that. Don't let them push your buttons like I did. And you might do something physical to them. All right, listen. Your reputation and your credibility are extremely important to you getting ahead in life. You do not want to squander them. You do not want to ruin your reputation of being a tightwad, your reputation of being that guy that charges too much, your guy that can't be counted on. If shit hits the fan, you know that motherfucker's going to break and run. All right? Love you guys. Stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. And if you can't, you take care of yourself. My last side note is the only other video I'll probably do today is about the drip stocks. And everybody on planet Earth is going to tell you that the sky is falling. Chicken Littles, all the Chicken Littles are going to be telling you the sky is falling. And they've been telling me the sky is falling for the last 59 years. The collapse of the country, this and that, and da-da-da-da-da. You shouldn't be worried about things that you can't affect, that you don't have an effect on. And you can't let people, social platforms, organizations screw with your emotions, okay? Love you guys. I'm just trying to help. You don't ever owe me anything. I'm doing this because I want to do this because I didn't have anybody who was looking out for me when I was younger. So, love you guys. Like a fort, stay safe and healthy. Take care of each other if you can. And if you can't, you have to take care of yourself, man. You're our future. And I don't want my future to look like a dystopian nightmare. So, like a Ford and a G-string. West Texas, El Paso. I'm out of here. Bye-bye.